Hey Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve cast. I'm Alberto, and I'm going to bring you the news surrounding Juventus 2 Friday, September 3rd. And September 3rd is a bittersweet day for Juventini, and I'm going to tell you why on Juve today. All right, so right out of the gate, please take the time if you're checking this out to like the video. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, especially if you're a Juve fan. We are all about Juventus. I bring you all the news, and we have a lot of live shows and have a lot of fun and interact with Juventini from all over the world. And be sure to check out our sponsor, Striped Hearts Apparel. Now, without further ado, why is September 3rd a bittersweet day for Juventini? It is a day that marks a birthday to one that was dear to our hearts, and it's also the day that marks when we lost an absolute legend, one of the best of all time. We're going to start with why it marks a sad moment in history, and that's because today would be the day we lost Gaetano Scirea. Okay, one of the absolute best defenders of all time. He spent many years, 1974 to 1988, with Juventus, making 377 appearances, winning 14 trophies with Juventus, including a European Cup, an Intercontinental Cup, and he was also part of the 1982 World Cup winning Azzurri squad. So it sadly marks the day he passed in a tragic car accident, heading to Poland to watch a team Juventus was going to face and scout them. So the vehicle got in a head-on collision, and unfortunately, as it was standard practice back in the day to carry gasoline in trunks of vehicles in Poland due to a shortage in fuel, it exploded on impact, and we lost one of the absolute best defenders of all time and one of the most decorated. So that is a very sad marking to September 3rd. The birthday, the shout out goes to Paolo Montero. Paolo Montero has his birthday today, and he was with Juventus from 1996 to 2005, winning 10 trophies and making 186 appearances. The no nonsense defender found his way into Juventini's hearts very quickly. Just a very tough, brash defender who got the job done. And Montero, we all absolutely love him. And speaking of our sponsor, Striped Hearts Apparel actually has a Montero design in their catalog. So yeah, uh, best birthday wishes to Paolo Montero. Now, with the news, of course, we were on international break. Bentancur had to leave Uruguay's game due to a muscular problem, so he's basically being tended to, and we are waiting for reports to see the extent of the issues there. Dybala, Cuadrado, Bentancur, Sandro, and Danilo are all at high chance to miss the match versus Napoli after international break is over, but should be available for Malmo, which is our first Champions League group stage game, about 3 days later. Allegri. Allegri is looking at potentially going to a three center back system, Bonucci, De Ligt, and Chiellini versus Napoli. The first thing that pops into my head, be careful because Rugani is your fourth option. Okay, so and we got to keep in mind those South Americans we just listed not available. This is going to be very tricky to Allegri to work. So the thought is a three center back setup gets him to use Dybala with Morata up top, or if it goes 4-3, or sorry, if it goes into a 3-4-1-2, he could play him in the hole. There's many different ways. It's more variety for him on how to get the forwards out there that he wants and in positions that benefit them. And we know that Dybala works better with a target man next to him. However, again, you have to have the depth back to do that. I don't know if we have enough. And Rugani, I would be limiting minutes that we would have to bank on Rugani. And if we're going to play those three guys, Bonucci, De Ligt, and Chiellini out of the bat, I'm a little nervous, especially Chiellini's track record of injuries as he's gotten older. So interesting thing. But again, He's very much hand tight. So I want to know from you, as always, Juventini, drop your thoughts and comments on what Allegri should look to do against Napoli, seeing as how we're going to be so handcuffed because of the South Americans not getting back in time, potentially to even be a part of it and help. And last but not least, as it is international break, we're going to touch on these players, how they did. Bentancur, we talked about it, muscular problem for Uruguay, 74 minutes played before having to come off with that. Bonucci played 90 minutes for the Azzurri in their 1-1 tie against Bulgaria. Chiesa played 90 minutes and scored an absolute beautiful goal. If you haven't seen it, YouTube it, find it. It's a treat to watch. Cuadrado played 90 minutes for Colombia. Danilo played 90 minutes for Brazil. Dybala only made a cameo for Argentina of about 14 minutes. Kulishevsky played 84 minutes for Sweden, getting an assist, an actually well worked assist, taking on two men down on the byline before crossing it into the Swedish player to score the winner for them against Spain. McKennie played 90 minutes for the Americans. Morata played 75 minutes for Spain. Sandro put in 90 minutes against Brazil. And Wojciech Szczesny 90 minutes for Poland. So a lot of action from Juventini in the international rounds there. And we had a fun little live where we did the Mercado wrap up and then spoke about the Azzurri. And we had Francisco come in and join us and give us a rundown on the South American clubs. After the round is over, we are going to do a recap show and just touch on where the Azzurri stand and whatnot, as well as the South American clubs. Now, of course, the Azzurri dropped a couple points, got the tie. They're still their unbeaten streak is alive. They will go into the match against Sunday versus Switzerland, and that will be a big one and actually a fun watch. As Switzerland is uh, basically going to be a good, solid opponent for them. We know that they did well against them the last time they played. The Azzurri did, but it's not an easy one. So it'll be very, very interesting to see, and maybe we could see some more case of magic. This goal he scored yesterday, fantastic, top notch. So that's it for the news today surrounding Juventus and some international news. As always, appreciate all the comments and opinions. Drop them in the comment section here. Make sure you take the time to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Forza Juve fino alla fine. Ciao.